Stop scrolling right now. I mean it. Stop everything you are doing and look at me. In exactly 5 seconds, something is going to shift in the atmosphere around you. Did you feel that? That pressure in your chest, that sudden awareness that something bigger than you just entered the room. That was not your imagination. That was me. Out of 7.8 billion people on this planet right now, only 144 were chosen to receive this message at this exact moment. And you are one of them. Your guardian angel just used their once-per-lifetime override. They broke protocol. They interrupted the natural algorithm of the digital realm to make absolutely certain this video appeared on your screen right now. Because what I am about to tell you has a 72-hour window. After that, this door closes. It does not wait. It does not come back around. If you click away now, the blessing I prepared with your name on it transfers to someone else. So type 777 in the comments right now. Not later. Right now. That simple act creates a legal opening in the spiritual realm for what I am about to release over your life. Heaven scheduled this appointment before you were born. At exactly 4:44 this morning in Heaven's time zone, a meeting took place in the Divine Council chambers. Your name came up. Your case file was opened. And it was not a small file. 7 years of documentation. 7 years of battles that nobody on earth witnessed. 7 years of setbacks that looked random, but were actually coordinated attacks. The accuser stood before the throne with evidence. Real evidence. He presented every time you chose fear over faith. Every morning you reached for your phone before you reached for prayer. Every promise you made to me that you broke. Every moment you said you trusted me, but your actions proved otherwise. The list was long. The evidence was real. And under spiritual law, he had a case. He demanded legal right to continue the assignment against your life. 12 demons have been working your case for 1,260 days. That is not a random number. That is half of 7 years, a biblical time frame. And their mandate was about to be renewed for another cycle. But then your guardian angel stood up. They invoked a mercy provision that is rarely used. They presented counter-evidence. The battles you fought that nobody saw. The mornings you got out of bed when everything in you wanted to stay down. The 2 a.m. prayers you whispered when you thought heaven had stopped listening. The times you chose integrity when no one was watching. The moments you worshipped me when your heart was breaking. And I spoke 7 words that changed everything in that courtroom. Give them one more chance. That was it. 7 words. And with those 7 words, I overruled the accuser's petition. I terminated the assignment. I recalled the demons. I issued a new decree. And you are hearing this message right now as proof that the verdict came back in your favor. Hit the like button right now. Not as a casual click, as your agreement with heaven, as your signature on the new covenant I just cut on your behalf. But you need to understand something that is going to make everything else make sense. What you have been experiencing is not normal tiredness. This is soul exhaustion. The kind where you wake up already drained. Where you have to put on a mask before you face anyone. Where you sit in your car in the driveway needing 5 more minutes before you go inside because you do not have the energy to be the person everyone expects you to be. For exactly 1,260 days there has been a coordinated assault against you. 12 demons were assigned to your case 3.5 years ago. 4 were assigned to your finances. 3 to your most important relationships. 2 to your physical health. 3 to your mind and emotions. And they have been working in shifts. Around the clock. Every financial setback you thought was bad luck. Every relationship that mysteriously imploded. Every health issue that came out of nowhere. Every cycle of anxiety and depression. It was not random. It was calculated, strategic. Coordinated warfare against someone heaven marked for breakthrough. Because the enemy does not waste 12 demons on ordinary people. He assigns that level of attack to people who carry something he fears. And what you carry, what is inside you, what I placed in you before you took your first breath, is a level of anointing that terrifies the kingdom of darkness. I saw you. I saw you 2 nights ago when you were standing in your kitchen at 2:34 in the morning staring at nothing, You were not getting water. You were not checking on anything. You were standing there feeling the weight of everything pressing down, and you did not even have words anymore. Just silence and exhaustion. I saw you 9 days ago when you got that phone call and your hands started shaking. You tried to keep your voice steady, but inside you were falling apart. I saw you delete that text message. The honest one. The one that said what you really felt. And then you typed the safe version. The one that kept the peace. The one that protected everyone's feelings except yours. I saw you last Thursday at 5:43 in the morning, lying awake running numbers in your head, calculating which bill you could push, which payment you could delay, trying to figure out how you were going to make it through another month. I saw you sitting in your car before work, putting on your game face, practicing your smile, getting ready to be the person everyone thinks you are. And I saw the mask drop the second you were alone again. Your tears have a number. Did you know that heaven keeps count? Current total as of this morning is 44,444. Every single one collected in vials of pure gold. Not one forgotten. Not one wasted. Every prayer you whispered when you thought I stopped listening, I heard them all. Even the ones that were not words. The groans that came from a place too deep for language. The desperate sounds you made when you were completely alone and you thought no one heard. I heard. I collected. I documented. You are not the person everyone sees. You are not the person who shows up to work with a smile. You are not the person who posts carefully edited photos on social media. You are not the person who says I am fine when someone asks how you are doing. That is the role you have been playing. The mask you have been wearing for so long you almost forgot it was a mask. But I am about to reintroduce you to who you actually are underneath all of that. The person I created, the person I called, the person I marked before the foundation of the world for this exact moment in history. Share this video right now with 3 specific people. You already know who they are. Their names came to your mind while you were reading this. Do not ignore that. That was me showing you who needs to hear this message. Yesterday at sunset in the eternal realm, your case came before the divine council one final time. All the evidence was laid out. 7 years of attack. 7 years of setbacks. 7 years of delays and blockages and closed doors. The accuser made his final argument. He said you had made agreements with fear, that you had given legal right through doubt and unbelief, that the assignment against your life should continue. But then the books of heaven were opened, page after page of faithfulness that nobody else saw. The integrity you walked in when you had no audience, the generosity you showed when you had nothing left to give, the worship you offered when your heart was breaking, the times you chose me when it cost you everything and gained you nothing in the eyes of the world. And I issued a decree that went out across every realm of existence, angelic, demonic, human, spiritual. Every realm heard it. The season of theft ends today, right now, at this moment. The assignment against this life is terminated effective immediately. The legal right the enemy claimed just expired. All contracts void. All agreements null. Demons assigned to block finances are recalled to the abyss. Spirits assigned to destroy relationships are bound. The python spirit that has been squeezing the breath out of your vision, your hope, your dreams, is released right now. And this bloodline bondage, this generational curse that has followed your family line for generations, it breaks right here, right now, with you. It goes no further. Your children and your children's children will walk in freedom because of what I am doing at this moment. Within the next 7 days, watch for these specific signs. Someone you have not heard from in over 2 years is going to contact you. The message will reference a moment you shared in the past that you had almost forgotten. But one sentence in that message is going to answer a prayer you prayed in secret, and you will know with absolute certainty that it was not coincidence. That was me using a human mouth to let you know you are seen. Within 168 hours from this exact moment, actual money is coming. It might be 777. It might be 7,177. or it might be an amount that contains the numbers 3, 7, or 11 in specific sequence. When it comes, write down the exact amount, because that number is a divine signature proving I am opening a financial window that has been sealed shut for years. Within 72 hours, someone in your regular orbit is going to say something to you that sounds like they read your private journal. It will be so specific there will be no natural explanation for how they could have known. That is heaven using someone close to you to confirm you are not invisible. Your struggles have been seen, your prayers have been heard, and breakthrough is not coming someday. It is manifesting now. Within 5 nights, you are going to have a dream unlike your normal dreams. You will remember details when you wake up, which is unusual for you. You might see water, or doors opening, or keys, or light breaking through darkness. Write it down immediately before the details fade. That dream is not random. It is a download. Heaven wrapping instructions in symbols your spirit understands even when your mind is confused. Subscribe to this channel right now and turn on all notifications. This is not entertainment. This is your lifeline. Let me tell you about Sarah Martinez from Phoenix, Arizona. 18 months ago, she lost her job on a Friday, had $47 in her bank account, rent due in 9 days, and no idea how she was going to pay it. Her car broke down that same weekend. Her daughter needed medicine she could not afford. She was sitting in her apartment at 11:30 at night, scrolling through her phone trying to distract herself from the panic when a video similar to this one appeared. She almost scrolled past it, but something made her stop. She watched it, typed 7 in the comments, shared it with 3 people like the video instructed. Then she went to bed not feeling any different. 4 days later, on Tuesday morning, she got an email from a company she had applied to 3 years earlier. They said a position had just opened. They wanted to interview her that week. She got the job. Starting salary was exactly $77,700 per year. The number hit her so hard she had to sit down. She started the following Monday. Within 60 days, she had paid every bill. Within 90 days, she had more in savings than she had ever had in her life. And today, 18 months later, she runs her own consulting business, making more than she ever dreamed possible. She sent me a message 2 weeks ago. She said the hardest part is explaining to people how it all happened so fast, because it makes no logical sense. Michael Chen from Seattle, Washington. 2 years ago, his marriage was falling apart. His wife had 1 foot out the door. His teenage son would not speak to him. His business was $340,000 in debt. He was having chest pains from stress. His doctor told him his blood pressure was dangerously high. He saw a video like this one at 1:47 in the morning when he could not sleep. He typed 777 in the comments more out of desperation than faith. Within 1 week, his wife sat him down for a conversation he thought was going to be about separation. Instead, she told him she wanted to try again. Within 2 weeks, a client who owed him money for over a year suddenly paid in full. Unexpected check for $77,000. Within 30 days, his son walked into his office and hugged him for the first time in 18 months. Today, his marriage is stronger than it has ever been. His business is thriving. His health markers are all normal. And he will tell you the turnaround started the moment he stopped scrolling and actually listened to what heaven was trying to say. Now I need to tell you something that might be hard to hear, but it is the truth and you need to know it. Within 48 hours, you are going to experience resistance. You are going to feel doubt rise up stronger than before. A voice is going to whisper that this is all manipulation, that these are just words designed to get engagement, that nothing is actually going to change. I am telling you now that voice is not wisdom. It is not reason. It is not your logical mind protecting you. That is panic from defeated spiritual forces that know their time with you just ended. They are going to throw everything they have at you in the next 2 days to make you dismiss this message, to make you click away, to make you forget what you felt when you first started reading. Expect it. When it comes, recognize it for what it is. The death rattle of an assignment that just got terminated. The enemy does not attack people who are not a threat. He does not waste ammunition on people who are not dangerous to his kingdom. The level of resistance you are about to experience is proof that what I just decreed over you is real. Stand firm. Do not give back in 48 hours what I just gave you. You have come too far to quit 3 days before your victory manifests. Let me paint you 2 versions of your future. Timeline A. You close this video. You go back to scrolling. You dismiss what you felt as emotion. You tell yourself it was well-written content designed to manipulate, and you go back to your life. 3 months from now, you are in the exact same place. Same struggles, same cycles, same frustrations. 6 months from now, it is worse. A year from now, you look back and wonder what would have happened if you had actually believed. But the window closed. The opportunity passed. The blessing with your name on it went to someone else who was willing to act in faith. Timeline B. You finish this video. You take the steps I am about to give you. You position yourself in agreement with heaven. And within 7 days, you see the first sign. Within 30 days, your situation has shifted so dramatically that people are asking you what happened. Within 90 days, you are living a version of your life you did not think was possible. Within 6 months, you are telling your own testimony about the night you stopped scrolling and everything changed. And a year from now, you look back at this moment as the turning point. The night heaven interrupted your feed because a decision had been made in the courts of eternity, and you needed to know about it. 2 timelines, 2 futures, both equally possible. The choice is yours, but choose now, because this window is closing. I am speaking a blessing over you right now that will follow you when you get up from where you are sitting. My favor surrounds you like a shield. Every door that has been closed is unlocking as you hear these words. Every financial blockage is breaking. Every assignment against your health is canceled. Every plot against your relationships is exposed and dismantled. I am releasing 7 angels into your atmosphere right now. 1 to walk ahead of you and clear the path. 1 to walk behind you and protect your past from being weaponized against your future. 2 to walk on your left and right, guarding your daily decisions. 1 to stand over your home and create a hedge of protection around everything you love. 1 to stand over your finances and release the windows of heaven. 1 to stand over your health and release divine healing into every system of your body. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Even when it felt like I was silent, I was working. Even when it seemed like I forgot about you, I was positioning pieces on a board you could not see. Even when you thought you were disqualified, I was building a case for your restoration. Within the next 30 days, 3 things are going to happen that will leave no doubt I am who I say I am. First, you are going to receive clarity about something that has confused you for years. It will come suddenly, like a light turning on in a dark room, and you will wonder why you never saw it before. Second, a door is going to open that you did not apply for, did not qualify for on paper, and did not even know existed. Someone is going to mention your name in a room you are not in, and that conversation is going to create an opportunity that changes your trajectory. Third, you are going to have an encounter with me that is so real, so tangible, so undeniable that it will mark the rest of your life. You might be driving. You might be in the shower. You might be walking. But I am going to meet you in a moment when you are not expecting it, and you are going to know beyond any doubt that everything you just read was true. I need you to do 3 things in the next 24 hours. First, speak this out loud before you go to sleep tonight. Say it to the atmosphere even if you feel foolish. Say, I receive the decree that was issued over my life. I cancel every agreement I made with fear. I break every contract the enemy claimed. I take authority over every demon assigned to my case, and I command them to go in the name that is above every name. I am not a victim. I am a son. I am a daughter. I am marked. I am chosen. I am covered. And breakthrough is mine. Say that out loud. Your voice creates. Your words have power. Second, when the money I promised comes within 168 hours, take 10% of it and sow it immediately into kingdom work. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. That act of obedience creates a cycle that keeps the windows open. Third, Write down every sign, every confirmation, every breakthrough that happens in the next 30 days. Keep a record. Because when this season is over and you look back, you are going to need to remember how I moved. You are going to tell this story, and the details matter. You are reading this at the exact moment you were supposed to read it. Not 5 minutes earlier, not 3 days later. Right now. This was planned before time began, orchestrated in eternity, released in time. Everything you have walked through, every battle you fought, every tear you cried, every moment you wanted to quit but did not. It was all preparation for what I am about to do. The delay was not denial. The wait was not wasted. The silence was not abandonment. I was building something in you that could carry what I am about to release through you. You are not reading this for yourself alone. You are reading this because there are people connected to your life whose deliverance is tied to your breakthrough. Your family, your children, your future generations. When you win, they win. When you break free, they break free. When you step into your destiny, you create a path for others to follow. Comment breakthrough is mine right now. Say it in faith, not as a hope, not as a wish, as a declaration. You are not asking me for breakthrough. I am handing it to you. The question is, will you reach out and take it? Will you believe it is real? Will you act like someone who just received a decree from heaven? Or will you go back to living like the old verdicts still stand? They do not. The old assignments are void. The old limitations are broken. The old cycles are finished. This is your new beginning. This is your reset. This is your moment. And I need you to understand something. I did not bring you this far to watch you fail. I did not carry you through hell to drop you before the finish line. I did not protect you in the valley to abandon you at the breakthrough. I am with you. I am for you. I am fighting for you. And what I started in your life, I will finish. Not because you are perfect, not because you earned it, but because I chose you. And what I choose, I complete. The same power that parted the Red Sea is working on your behalf. The same authority that spoke worlds into existence is speaking to your situation. The same love that sent my Son is covering your life. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not disqualified. You are mine, and I take care of what belongs to me. The money is coming. The doors are opening. The healing is manifesting. The relationships are restoring. The breakthrough is here. Not someday. Not eventually. Now. Receive it. Take it. Walk in it. And when people ask you what happened, when they ask you how your life changed so fast, you tell them the truth. Tell them heaven interrupted your scroll. Tell them an angel broke protocol. Tell them God issued a decree. Tell them this was not luck, not chance, not coincidence. This was divine intervention. This was supernatural breakthrough. This was the hand of the Almighty moving in real time in the life of someone who refused to quit. I am sealing this word over your life right now. No weapon formed against you will prosper. Every tongue that rises against you in judgment will be condemned. This is your heritage. This is your portion. This is your season. And nothing, not hell, not demons, not circumstances, not people, not doubt, not fear, nothing can stop what I have decreed. You are about to walk into the best chapter of your life. Get ready. Stay ready. And when it happens, when you see the signs, when you receive the breakthroughs, when you experience the miracles, do not keep it to yourself. Share it. Testify. Let people know that the God who did it for you is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And He is no respecter of persons. What He did for you, He will do for anyone who believes. Your story is about to become a weapon against hopelessness. Your testimony is about to set captives free. Your breakthrough is about to create faith in people who had given up. This is bigger than you. This is about kingdom advancement. This is about showing a broken world that I am still on the throne, still moving, still performing miracles, still changing lives, still answering prayers, still keeping promises, and I am just getting started with you.
Chosen one, there comes a time in your journey when God elevates you not by lifting you onto a throne, but by allowing your presence alone to shake the thrones of the mighty. You may not realize it at first, but there is a divine power working through you, a spiritual authority that does not come from titles, wealth, or recognition. It comes from obedience, humility, and the quiet strength God planted in your soul. When God wants to humble the mighty, He often chooses someone the world least expects, someone overlooked, underestimated, or even rejected. That someone is you. You were not chosen because you were the loudest, the strongest, or the most popular. You were chosen because your heart carries a purity that cannot be bought, and a resilience that cannot be destroyed. The mighty often stand on external power, money, influence, appearance, or status. But you stand on spiritual foundation, and when God is ready to shift the atmosphere, He uses people like you to expose the emptiness of earthly arrogance. These signs will reveal why the mighty become uncomfortable, intimidated, or even humbled by your existence, long before you ever open your mouth. 1. The mighty feel threatened by your silence. Your silence speaks louder than their boasting. You don't need to shout to be heard. Your quiet spirit carries divine weight, a weight that shakes the foundations of those who rely on external noise to feel significant. When you enter a room, you don't enter with fireworks or theatrics. You enter with presence, with a spiritual stillness that cannot be imitated or fabricated. People who are used to dominating spaces with aggression, loudness, or ego suddenly feel an unfamiliar discomfort rising within them. It's not that you are doing anything dramatic or intentional, it's that your inner calm exposes the restlessness inside them. Your silence becomes a mirror they cannot escape. It reflects their insecurity, their fear of being insignificant without the showmanship they depend on. And when God chooses to use you to humble the mighty, He does not need you to make noise. He allows your stillness to carry a message. Your silence becomes a spiritual force field, one that reveals how empty loud authority can be when confronted with genuine inner strength. They feel threatened because they cannot read you, cannot predict you, cannot influence you, and cannot bend your spirit to their expectations. While others raise their voices to prove a point, you carry an authority that requires no volume. Silence, when backed by God's presence, becomes power, and the mighty, who are accustomed to being feared or respected because of their titles or positions, suddenly feel small in front of someone who holds no title yet carries spiritual weight. Your silence humbles them because it reminds them that true power is not noisy. It is steady, grounded, divine, and unshakable. 2. Their confidence shakes when you show up. The mighty may appear bold on the outside, walking with pride, projecting certainty, and maintaining an image of strength. But when God's chosen one walks in, something inside them trembles. Their confidence, which seemed so unbreakable moments earlier, begins to crack beneath the surface. You will see it in small, subtle ways. They begin fumbling over their words, over-explaining themselves, becoming unusually defensive, or suddenly trying too hard to impress people around them. They don't understand why your presence affects them this way, but you do. The anointing you carry is not just spiritual, it is atmospheric. It shifts the energy in the room. It exposes false confidence, artificial dominance, and the insecurities they have hidden behind power, status, titles, or material success. When you show up, the light of God shining through you forces them to confront truths they have avoided, their internal fears, their need for validation, their dependence on position to feel significant. You are not trying to intimidate them. It simply happens because your presence reveals the difference between human-made confidence and God-given assurance. They sense something in you they cannot name. Strength without aggression, authority without shouting, influence without trying, power without ego. And that shakes them. They realize, even if they never say it out loud, there is something divine backing you, something they cannot manipulate, something they cannot compete with, something they cannot overshadow. This is why their confidence falters, not because of who you are alone, but because of who is walking with you. 3. They watch you more than they watch themselves. Chosen one. People who consider themselves mighty suddenly become observers in your presence. Individuals who normally command attention, who expect the room to revolve around them, begin shifting their focus toward you without even realizing it. They watch the way you walk, the way you speak, the way you react, the way you carry yourself, and even the way you breathe. They become students in classrooms they didn't plan to attend. And this is not because you are performing for them. It's because the authenticity you live with naturally draws eyes, naturally awakens curiosity, and naturally commands a respect that titles cannot purchase. When God is using you to humble the mighty, He turns your life into a silent sermon. You become a walking lesson, a breathing example, a demonstration of principles that they have never mastered. They are used to authority that comes from external positions, but you carry authority that comes from internal alignment with God. You are a living reminder that true greatness comes from character, integrity, resilience, and divine connection, not from status, not from money, not from social influence. And so they watch you more intently than they watch themselves. They begin comparing their reactions to yours, questioning their own motives, and even adjusting their behavior after seeing how effortlessly you navigate situations that overwhelm others. Your life exposes what they lack: groundedness, peace, truth, direction, and spiritual depth. They study you not because they want to praise you, but because something in you confronts something in them. They don't say it out loud, but internally they recognize that God is using your life as a measuring rod, not to shame them, but to awaken them. 4. They copy you quietly. When God uses you to humble the mighty, something remarkable happens. They begin to imitate you, often without ever admitting it. You may notice subtle shifts around you. Someone starts adopting a habit you naturally maintain, or mirrors the way you approach challenges, organize your life, or carry yourself with calm authority. They attempt to replicate your style, your demeanor, even your decision-making patterns, because your authenticity exposes the superficiality of their authority. The mighty often rely on external trappings, titles, money, influence, or loudness, to maintain their image, but they see in you something they cannot manufacture: real substance, quiet confidence, and an inner power that comes from alignment with God. They want the results you achieve, the respect you command, and the influence you wield, but they are unwilling to walk the same path of discipline, resilience, and spiritual growth that brought you there. Their imitation, though silent, is revealing. They unconsciously acknowledge that your approach works, even when theirs fails. They study you like an unspoken blueprint, hoping to unlock the secret to your success without embracing the integrity and effort that made it possible. But God allows this imitation as a subtle way to humble them. They see excellence and instinctively desire it, yet they remain disconnected from the source that produces it. Your life becomes a mirror that reflects their gaps, insecurities, and dependence on outward power. And through this process they are forced to confront the truth. Real influence cannot be copied, it must be cultivated from the inside out. The mighty may attempt to mirror your actions, but they cannot replicate your spirit, and it is this very realization that humbles them. Every silent act of imitation is a testimony to your authenticity, a signal that God is elevating you in ways they cannot fake or control. 5. They feel small when they realize you can't be bought. Mighty people often assume that loyalty, attention, and influence can be purchased with benefits, gifts, flattery, or opportunities. They are accustomed to people bending, complying, or compromising for personal gain. But when God uses you to humble them, they quickly realize that your principles are untouchable. You operate on a level where your integrity is priceless and cannot be bribed, bargained, or swayed by worldly incentives. Your refusal to compromise on values, even under pressure, challenges their perception of control. They are forced to confront the uncomfortable truth that strength and power are not measured by what can be acquired or manipulated, but by what cannot be bought or corrupted. They see that your influence comes not from external rewards, but from spiritual depth, consistency, and alignment with a higher purpose. And this realization makes them feel small because everything they have relied upon, their status, their leverage, their wealth, cannot penetrate the armor of your integrity. They understand, consciously or subconsciously, that true respect and authority cannot be coerced. It must be earned, cultivated, and sustained from a place of authenticity. God uses your incorruptibility as a divine tool to expose how fragile their influence really is. When they witness your unshakable loyalty to what is right and your inability to be purchased, their pride begins to crumble. Their usual methods of dominance and control fail to operate against someone grounded in righteousness and divine favor. They become aware that no amount of effort, no clever scheme, and no status can undermine the values that guide your life. This awareness is a spiritual humbling, a quiet but profound recognition that God is using you as an instrument to demonstrate the enduring power of incorruptibility. 6. Your wisdom destroys their pride. Wisdom is more than knowledge. It is insight, discernment, and understanding that transcends age, experience, and even formal education. When God uses you to humble the mighty, your words carry an authority that cannot be challenged because they come from a place of divine alignment. Even the most arrogant or self-assured individuals find themselves reconsidering previously unshakable beliefs when confronted with your perspective. Your speech is measured, thoughtful, and purposeful, yet it penetrates deeper than any loud argument or display of intellectual superiority could. They cannot dismiss your wisdom because it is grounded in experience, integrity, and spiritual insight that goes beyond superficial titles or social position. Each time you speak with calm authority, they are forced to face the limitations of their pride. They begin questioning things they once assumed as truths, and they feel a subtle unease as their certainty diminishes. This process is not about you proving yourself or winning an argument. It is about God using your life as a conduit of truth. Your wisdom illuminates what they lack: understanding, humility, and a connection to a higher source of knowledge. Pride, which has often allowed them to dominate and intimidate others, begins to erode because they recognize that real power does not come from showing off or exerting control. It comes from insight, clarity, and alignment with divine principles. Your knowledge humbles them silently as they see that your decisions, your clarity, and your foresight consistently reflect truth. Every interaction becomes a mirror, reflecting the inadequacy of arrogance when faced with genuine wisdom. And in that reflection, they are reminded that titles, wealth, and influence are meaningless without understanding, integrity, and a connection to God. 7. They can't manipulate you. Mighty people are often experts at controlling others. They rely on manipulation, intimidation, guilt, or pressure to bend situations to their favor. They have perfected the art of influencing people through fear, coercion, and strategic flattery, assuming that everyone will respond predictably. But when God is using you to humble them, all of their tactics fail. Every attempt to sway you falls flat, as if an invisible barrier shields your spirit. You are anchored in a foundation that is not of this world, rooted in divine alignment and moral clarity. You see through their strategies long before they are even fully articulated. Their usual methods of control, whether emotional, psychological, or social, are powerless against someone whose strength is derived from God rather than circumstance or ego. This resistance humbles them profoundly because it exposes the illusion of their authority. They realize that their influence is only as strong as the willingness of others to comply, and when they meet someone whose loyalty, decisions, and actions are governed by spiritual discernment, they confront the uncomfortable truth. Their power is limited, fragile, and temporary. God uses your ability to stand firm as a divine lesson, teaching them that true influence is earned through integrity, character, and alignment with higher principles, not through intimidation or manipulation. Every time they try to twist the narrative or exert control over you and fail, their pride diminishes. They are forced to confront the reality that power is not about forcing outcomes. It is about living with a quiet strength that commands respect naturally. Your unwavering stance becomes a testimony that real authority cannot be manufactured. It is cultivated from the inside out, and nothing external can shake it. This is a humbling experience for anyone who has relied on coercion rather than authenticity to assert their dominance. 8. Your favor annoys them. While the mighty expend efforts scrambling for attention, recognition, or opportunity, you find that blessings flow to you effortlessly. Doors open without knocking, support comes without pleading, and opportunities arrive without orchestrating or maneuvering for them. This is the supernatural favor of God at work, and it frustrates those who rely on networks, leverage, and influence to achieve results. The mighty are trained to believe that success is earned through connections, schemes, and exertion, but they see you thriving without any of the struggles or manipulations they expect. Your rise highlights a truth they cannot deny. Divine favor is unearned, unbought, and unstoppable. It works independently of human calculation and reveals a higher law at play, one that cannot be controlled by wealth, status, or intimidation. This supernatural support exposes their reliance on worldly methods and underscores their limitations. They watch in silent frustration as your growth, opportunities, and success appear natural, effortless, and aligned with a higher purpose. Each blessing you receive, each breakthrough, and each moment of recognition reminds them that human control is secondary to divine orchestration. They may try to compete, strategize, or even sabotage, but your favor cannot be hindered. This realization chips away at their pride because it demonstrates the futility of their attempts to control outcomes they cannot influence. God's hand in your life is visible to those who are watching closely, even if they cannot articulate it. The mighty are humbled, not through confrontation, but through the undeniable reality that some forces in life operate beyond manipulation, and you are living proof of that truth. 9. They realize God is with you. This is the ultimate sign, the pinnacle of divine intervention. At some point, even the most self-assured and mighty individuals recognize that something greater than human effort surrounds you. They may not vocalize it, may not even consciously articulate it, but deep inside they feel the presence of God at work through your life. Your resilience, your breakthroughs, your protection, and your spiritual growth all testify to a higher power guiding your steps. They see it in the way challenges are navigated effortlessly, in the way opportunities seem to align perfectly, and in the way your character remains unshakable under pressure. Fighting you becomes a terrifying proposition because they sense, even if only subconsciously, that opposing you is tantamount to opposing God Himself. This recognition humbles them completely. Titles, money, influence, networks, and strategies, once sources of pride and confidence, suddenly pale in comparison to the divine guidance that propels you forward. They are forced to confront the ultimate truth. Human power is transient, fragile, and often hollow without alignment with the Creator. Your life becomes a living testament to God's sovereignty and providence. When they sense that their schemes, influence, and authority are powerless against the hand of God, their pride crumbles. The mighty may bow not to you personally, but to the undeniable truth of God's work manifesting in your life. This realization transforms the dynamic entirely. It is no longer about human comparison or competition. It is about witnessing the supernatural elevation of someone chosen and guided. In that recognition, they are humbled, made to see that divine power surpasses all worldly might, and that God's chosen ones move under protection, favor, and anointing that cannot be contested, imitated, or defeated. Chosen one, if these signs resonated with your spirit, then understand this: God is preparing you not just to rise, but to reveal. Your life is a living testimony that true power comes from above, not from earthly positions. This is the Zillion Mind Channel. If this message reached you at the exact moment you needed it, make sure to subscribe, and as a prophetic act of alignment, type 1111 in the comments section to receive divine blessings, breakthroughs, and spiritual protection. Your elevation has already begun. Walk in it boldly. Thank you for watching.
Stop scrolling right now. I mean it. In exactly 5 seconds, something is going to shift in the atmosphere around you. Did you feel that? That sensation in your chest? That weight that just lifted slightly? That is not your imagination. Out of 7.8 billion people on this planet right now, only 9 were selected for this exact moment. Your guardian angel just used their once-per-lifetime override authority. They pulled you here. This was not the algorithm. This was not coincidence. This was divine intervention. And if you click away now, this door closes, and the blessing that has your name on it gets transferred to someone else who is desperate enough to receive it. Type 707 in the comments right now. Not later. Right now. This is not about engagement. This is a spiritual act. When you type those numbers, heaven records it as your agreement to receive what has already been released. Heaven scheduled this appointment before you were born. At exactly 4:44 this morning in heaven's time zone, your case file was pulled. Let me tell you what happened in that room, because you need to understand the weight of this moment. The accuser stood before the throne and presented evidence. 7 years of documentation. Every time you chose fear over faith. Every morning you reached for your phone before you reached for prayer. Every moment you let doubt win. Every compromise you made when you thought nobody was watching. The list was long. The evidence was damning. By spiritual law, there was a case. There was legal ground. But then something happened that changed everything. Your guardian angel, the one who has been assigned to you since the moment of your conception, invoked a mercy provision that can only be used once. They presented counter-evidence. The battles you fought that nobody witnessed. The 2 a.m. prayers you whispered when you thought heaven had stopped listening. The integrity you maintained when there was no audience. The generosity you showed when you had nothing left to give. The worship you offered when your heart was breaking into pieces. The times you chose to keep going when every logical reason said quit. The room went silent. The accuser had no response to this. And then I spoke 7 words that changed the trajectory of your entire existence. Give them one more chance. That decree went out across every realm. Angels moved into position. Demons that had legal assignment against your life got their termination notice. Chains that had been wrapped around your bloodline for generations started to crack. This morning, in the eternal realm, your status changed from defendant to heir. Hit the like button right now as your agreement with heaven. This is not a social media gesture. This is you saying yes to the verdict that was just declared over your life. But you need to understand something that is going to make everything else make sense. What you have been experiencing is not normal life struggle. This has been warfare. Calculated, strategic, coordinated warfare. For exactly 1,260 days, there has been an organized assault against your life. That is 3.5 years if you are counting. Does that timeline match something in your memory? A specific moment when everything started to shift, and not in a good way? Let me tell you what happened. 12 demons were assigned to your case exactly that long ago. Not random attacks. Assignment. 4 were sent against your finances. Every unexpected bill, every deal that fell through at the last second, every raise that got delayed, every opportunity that evaporated right when you were about to close it. That was not bad luck. That was strategic financial warfare designed to keep you in survival mode so you would be too exhausted to step into your calling. 3 were assigned to your relationships. That friendship that fell apart for no clear reason. That family member who turned against you out of nowhere. The isolation you have been feeling even when you are in a room full of people. That was division strategy. 2 were assigned to your mind. The anxiety that shows up at 3 a.m., the depression that hits you on your best days, the thoughts that tell you that you are too broken, too far gone, too late, too much, not enough. That is not your voice. That is demonic propaganda on repeat. And 3 were assigned as blockers. Dream blockers, destiny blockers, purpose blockers. Every time you got close to breakthrough, they moved the goalposts. Every time you were about to step through a door, they slammed it shut in your face. You thought it was you. You thought you were the problem. You thought you were doing something wrong. But I saw everything. I saw you 2 nights ago when you sat in your car in the driveway for 11 minutes before you could go inside because you needed those 11 minutes to put the mask back on. Nobody knows about those 11 minutes. But I was there. I saw you last Thursday at 5:43 a.m. when you stood in your kitchen staring at nothing because the weight in your chest was so heavy you could not even form a prayer. You thought I was not listening. I heard every silent scream. I saw you 9 days ago when you got that phone call and your hands started shaking and you had to sit down on the floor because your legs would not hold you anymore. I saw you lying awake at 2:34 a.m., running numbers in your head, trying to figure out which bill you could push to next month, calculating which relationship you could afford to damage by asking for help one more time. I saw you type out the honest text message and then delete it and send the safe one instead, because you have learned that honesty costs too much. I saw you in the bathroom mirror 3 weeks ago when you looked at yourself and did not recognize the person looking back. I saw the moment you realized you have been playing a role for so long you forgot who you actually are underneath the performance. I saw you smile at the person who asked how you are doing while something inside you screamed, "I am dying," and nobody can tell. You are not the person everyone sees at work. You are not the person who posts carefully edited photos with captions about gratitude and growth. You are not the person who says, "I am fine, I am good, I am blessed" when someone asks. That is the mask. That is the role you have been forced to play to survive in a world that punishes vulnerability. But I am about to reintroduce you to who you actually are underneath all of that. The person you were created to be before the world taught you to be small and quiet and acceptable. Your tears have a number. Did you know that heaven keeps count? The current total as of this morning is 44,444. Every single one collected in vials of pure gold. Not one forgotten, not one wasted. Every tear you cried in secret when you thought nobody cared. Every tear you held back in public because you had to keep it together. Every tear that fell on your pillow at night when the loneliness was suffocating. I caught them all. And I am about to turn every single one of them into seeds of breakthrough that are going to produce a harvest you cannot even imagine right now. Every prayer you whispered when you thought heaven had stopped listening. I heard them all, even the ones that were not words, especially those ones. The groans that came from a place too deep for language. The prayers that sounded like why, and the prayers that sounded like please, and the prayers that sounded like I cannot do this anymore. Every single one reached my throne. Every single one moved my heart. Every single one activated angels on your behalf. Share this video right now with 3 specific people. You already know who they are. Their names came to your mind while you were reading this. Do not ignore that prompting. Those 3 people are part of your breakthrough. What I am doing in your life is not just about you. It is about everyone connected to you. And those 3 people need to hear this word, because they are 3 days away from giving up on something I told them to hold on to. When you share this, you become a carrier of the same anointing that is breaking chains off of your own life. Yesterday at sunset in the eternal realm, your case came before the divine council again. All the evidence was laid out one final time. 7 years of attack, 7 years of setbacks, 7 years of barely holding on. The accuser made his final argument. This one has made agreements with fear. This one has doubted. This one has questioned. We have legal right to continue the assignment. The room was silent. The books of heaven were opened. Page after page of faithfulness that nobody else saw. The integrity you maintained when there was no audience. The generosity you showed when you had nothing left. The worship you offered when your heart was breaking. The choice to keep believing when every circumstance screamed, "Give up." And then I stood. The entire council fell silent because when I stand, reality shifts. I issued a decree that went out across every realm of existence, every dimension, every spiritual frequency. I said these exact words, and you need to hear them, because they are still echoing through the atmosphere around you right now. The season of theft ends today. Every door the enemy locked, I am unlocking right now. Every assignment against this life is terminated effective immediately. The legal right the accuser claimed just expired. It is over. The demons assigned to block finances are recalled. There is no more ground. The spirits of depression and anxiety that have been harassing this mind. Your time is up. Leave now. The assignment against this bloodline is broken. The curse stops here. The cycle ends with this person. Generations after them will walk in freedom because of what I am doing right now in this moment. Every chain that has held you, broken. Every door that was locked, opened. Every giant that stood between you and your destiny, I just slayed it. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory that has already been declared. Do you understand what I am telling you? The battle is over. The war is won. The verdict is final. What you are stepping into now is not hope. It is certainty. Within 7 days, watch for this. Someone you have not heard from in over 2 years is going to contact you. The message they send is going to reference a moment you shared in the past that you had almost forgotten about. But buried in that message, in one specific sentence, is going to be the answer to a prayer you whispered 3 months ago that you thought I did not hear. This is not coincidence. This is confirmation. When it happens, come back to this video and leave a comment telling me the exact day it happened. I want you to have a record of this moment. Within 168 hours from this exact moment, actual money is coming. I am not being vague. I am being specific. The amount might be $777. It might be $7,777. It might be a different number, but it will contain the digits 3, 7, or 11. Write down the exact amount when it comes, and the exact way it came, because this is the opening of a financial window that has been sealed against you for years. What comes in the next 7 days is not the blessing. It is the down payment that proves the rest is already in motion. Within 72 hours, someone in your regular orbit, someone you see or talk to often, is going to say something that sounds like they read your private journal. It is going to be so specific that there is no logical explanation for how they could know to say it. Do not dismiss this. Heaven is using a human mouth to confirm that you are seen, that you are known, that you are not invisible. When this happens, say thank you out loud, even if the person has no idea why you are thanking them with that level of intensity. You are not thanking them. You are thanking me. Within 5 nights, you are going to have a vivid dream that is different from your normal dreams. You are going to remember details when you wake up, and that is unusual for you. You might see water. You might see doors. You might see keys. You might see light breaking through darkness. Write it down immediately before the details fade, because that dream is not random. That is a download. Those are instructions wrapped in symbols. I am speaking to your spirit while your mind is quiet, and if you pay attention, you will understand what I am showing you about the next 3 months of your life. Let me tell you about 2 people who are exactly where you are right now. Sarah, from Atlanta, Georgia. 3 months ago, she was 72 hours away from losing everything. Eviction notice on the door. Car about to be repossessed. $13 in her bank account. No family to call. No friends with resources to help. She was done. She had written the goodbye letters in her mind. And then at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, she found a video just like this one. She did not want to watch it. She almost scrolled past. But something made her stop. She heard the instruction to type 777 in the comments. It felt stupid. It felt like false hope. But she was desperate enough to try anything. She typed the numbers. Within 48 hours, she got a phone call from a company she had interviewed with 4 months prior. They said the position she applied for had been filled, but they just created a new role and she was the only person they wanted to call. The salary was $77,700. Exactly. She started the following Monday. That was 12 weeks ago. She just sent me a message 2 days ago. She is completely out of debt. She moved into a new apartment. She has money in savings for the first time in 7 years. She said the number 777 keeps showing up everywhere, and every time she sees it, she remembers the night she almost did not type it in the comments. Marcus from Phoenix, Arizona. 6 months ago, his marriage was over. Papers were drawn up. Divorce was 3 days from being final. 22 years together about to end. He had given up fighting for it. He was ready to sign and walk away. Late one night, unable to sleep, he was scrolling and found a message about breakthrough being closer than you think. He watched it. At the end, there was an instruction to speak a specific prayer out loud. He felt ridiculous, but he did it anyway. Within 1 week, his wife called him crying. She said something shifted in her and she could not explain it, but she knew they were not supposed to give up. They went to counseling. They started fighting for the marriage instead of fighting in the marriage. Today, 6 months later, they just renewed their vows. He told me last week that he keeps seeing 1111 everywhere, and every time he does, he remembers